Namaste friends, welcome back to YogaCandi. I'm Candice and today I have a nice flow for us to help us mums who are either breastfeeding or just simply nursing with a bottle, because no matter what we tend to hunch a little bit just to get closer to our little babies, and with breastfeeding we want to get them in the right position, and that often means that we forget about our own bodies. Our shoulders can be shrugged, we can be leaning forward. It's really hard to sit up tall and straight, especially when you breastfeed. So I've been breastfeeding for 6 months exclusively. I still am, and my baby's 7 months old now. And I have noticed that my posture seems to have got a little bit poorer, and I have been getting a little bit of pain through my side body, through my shoulders and my chest. So I'm sure that we're all in the same boat, and I hope that this class is going to help you. It's just one that I've created that I like to do whenever I get a chance of baby naps, or if my husband can just take him away just for 20 minutes so I can get on the mat and help my body. So it's also good to look after ourselves. So just make sure you're wearing something comfortable, tie your hair back, make sure you've had the go-ahead from your doctor or physician or somebody to do some practice and to get some exercise going. So take it easy, mamas, just do what you can and feel free to take breaks whenever you like. It's going to be fairly simple, so don't worry, there's nothing too much today. So we're going to take a nice comfortable seat, any cross-legged seat of your choice. Just sit up nice and tall through the spine, suck your belly button back towards your spine. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back down and just allow them to hang heavy. Close your eyes and rest that space between your eyebrows. Start to roll your neck in one direction from shoulder to shoulder. And throughout today's class, keep your breath nice and deep in and out of the nostrils. But of course, if you're congested or anything like that, then just breathe through the mouth, whatever feels comfortable. So take these little rolls just to release the neck. Now roll the head over towards the right side. Allow your ear to drop towards the right shoulder. Extend through the left fingertips. Place the left fingertips on the ground and keep that arm nice and long. You can stay here and you'll feel an extra little bit of pull down this left side of your neck. Maybe even into the shoulder. If you want to go a little further, you can take your right hand and just very gently place it on top of your head for some extra resistance. Make sure you're sitting tall, suck your belly back. Take 3 deep breaths here. Release the hand, take the right fingertips down to the ground and roll your head slowly towards the left side, allowing the head to hang heavy, extending nice and long through the arm until you feel that stretch down through the shoulder, along the neck. Sit up tall, keep your shoulders away from your ears so shoulders are just heavy. If you want to go further, take the left hand to the top of the head, place it on there nice and gently, don't force anything, and take 3 deep breaths. And release, come back to center. Now take your body over to the left side of the mat, place your hand down and inhale your right arm up and over your ear. Extend through the body as long as you possibly can. Imagine somebody's pulling your right arm away from you. Now slightly tilt your chest to look up to the sky. And this way you might feel a slight little bit of a stretch in the left shoulder as well as the side body of your right. Look up to the sky, close your eyes and take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, release. Take it over to the right side, right hand placed on the ground, left hand up to the sky. Imagine somebody's pulling your left arm really far beyond your ear. Twist your body to look to the sky. Lift through the chest. Keep your spine nice and long. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times each side. Over to the left. Over to the right. Back to the left. And back to the right. Tilting the chest. Now rotate this left hand. Just take really big circles with the left arm. In one direction, take 1 more. And then we're going to rotate it in the opposite direction. You may notice that you haven't hardly used the shoulder properly like you should have done. And I'm the same. I feel pain through the shoulder after all this breastfeeding. And then let's take it over to the other side, taking big circles with our right arm, as big as you possibly can make it. You'll feel a very slight stretch through the chest and the shoulder as your arm goes back. Take 1 more. And then rotate it in the opposite direction, straight ahead in front of you. And take 1 more big circle here. Back to center. Give your spine a little wobble. So exhale, hold on to your knees, tuck your chin and your tailbone, suck your belly button back to the spine, and just arch the spine. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, hug your belly button back. Drop your shoulders down. Inhale, chest to the sky, look up. Taking a nice back bend. Exhale, arch. Inhale, look up. And release. Bring the inner soles of your feet together. So butterfly pose. If your hips are very tight, they may be up here, so just sit up nice and tall. But if they're open and loose enough, maybe you can start to find a bit of movement and just roll forwards and back. Don't worry if they're very tight and you can only just sit up tall. That's fine, just stay there. With time they may open up a little for you. So because we do so much sitting, we're not opening our hips very often at all. As nursing mums, we probably have sat on the sofa more than we ever have done, or in a rocking chair. And so that psoas muscle and these hips are probably getting tighter and tighter, also tightening through the sacrum, the lower spine, which is adding a little bit of extra tension and pain in our backs as well as our hips. And then release. Come onto all fours. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Externally rotate your hands so your thumbs are facing outwards, your fingertips are facing towards your knees, and do a few little circles here just to relax through the wrists. So circle in one direction, just a couple more times. You can take big circles or just little baby circles, and then go the opposite way. Now I quite like to do this one because I find myself scrolling through my phone while I breastfeed, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are doing the same. Let me know in the comments if you find yourself shopping or doing something else on your phone. Now just send your hips back until you feel that stretch down the back of the hands, and just hold that and breathe. Keep your shoulders from your ears. Yeah, so you know, when we sit and breastfeed, we do find ourselves looking through the channel on the TV. If baby isn't allowing you to do that because they're too distracted, then maybe you're sitting in a dark, quiet room, which I'm doing at the moment, and scrolling through my phone, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. And then come on forward, back to all fours. Now place your fingertips so they're facing forwards in tabletop. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, look up to the sky. On the exhale, tuck your tailbone and your chin. Hug your belly button to the spine. Take 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Taking one more here. Exhale. Back to your tabletop. Take your hands wider than your mat. And we're going to drop our right shoulder. So still keep your arms in line with your shoulders, but your hands are as wide as your mat now, so much wider than your shoulders. Exhale down, bringing your right shoulder down towards the ground. Look towards the left. You'll feel a nice stretch down the chest and the shoulder here on the right side. And then push yourself back up. Take it down to the ground on the left side now, looking towards the right. And then bring it up. Now take 3 of those in your own time. Exhaling down. Inhale up. And come on up. Now stay on your knees and walk your fingertips forward. We're coming down for puppy pose. Try to keep your hips in line with your knees if possible. Extend through your arms. Imagine someone's pulling your arms. Place your fingertips down on the ground, really creating a nice bit of stability within your hands. Your arms are in line with your shoulders. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Lift your elbows off of the ground. And you should feel a nice stretch down the arms on the outer edge, maybe even down the outer edges of your body a little bit. Keep your spine nice and long. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And then push yourself back up into your tabletop. Bring your hands in line with your shoulders once again. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Look up, opening through the chest. Exhale, bring that arm underneath the left forearm. Thread the needle. So you're down on your right shoulder. You can just stay here with your left hand planted. Or you can take your left hand to your bum. Or take a grip on the inside of your right thigh. Taking a bit of a twist with the body, you'll feel a nice stretch down the spine. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Now release that left hand, place it down, push yourself up. Find your tabletop once again and inhale. Left arm up to the sky, look up, and then weave it underneath the right, coming down to the left shoulder. Keep your right hand planted, take it to your spine, or grip the inside of your left thigh if that's possible. And take a couple of deep breaths. Now release that hand, place the right hand down, push yourself back to tabletop, walk your hands forward and find a downward facing dog. Send your hips up to the sky and just walk your dog. Try to externally rotate your shoulders, so you're trying to get your armpits to look at each other. And then become still in your dog when you're ready. If your heels aren't touching the ground and you can't straighten your legs, don't worry, just have the legs bent, have the heels lifted, that's fine. But if you can straighten them and push your heels down towards the ground. Keep your spine long, tailbone up towards the sky, suck up through the belly so your belly button is drawing back to your spine. Hold this for a couple of deep breaths. Now roll forward into plank. So you're rolling your spine and you're coming forward into a nice plank. Keep your tailbone tucked. You don't want your bum lifted or sinking. Keep everything in a nice strong line. And from here, step this right foot forward. If you need to, come up a little bit and just bring your toes between your hands. In a lunge, keep your fingertips on the ground and very slowly bring your back knee down to the ground. So we're in a low lunge. If this is too much, bring your hands up to your knee and sit up nice and tall. Just allow your hips to sink low down towards gravity, giving into gravity. If this is too much, the closer the front heel is to the back knee, the easier the pose will be for you. So if you're very, very tight, then just shift this heel a little further back until you find some comfort and a nice stretch. Keep your hips in line, they're facing forwards. Giving into gravity, take 2 more deep breaths in your low lunge. Okay, now lift the back knee and we're going to step it forward. Step that foot forward to meet the right foot and exhale, just hang heavy, holding from elbow to elbow. Allow your body to be really heavy. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend them as much as you want. Just hanging here. Maybe you want to find a bit of movement. You can just rock a little yes and a little no if that feels good. So you may feel a little bit of a stretch down the top half of your spine now. Maybe even slightly along the shoulder blades. Let your head be heavy. Take 1 more deep breath. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, look up, look straight ahead. Exhale down. Take a forward fold. And now inhale, rolling the spine all the way into standing. Inhale, the hands above the head. Look up as your palms touch and stretch the body. Now interlace your hands behind your back. Fold forward once again. And allow your hands to fall up and over your head. The closer your palms are together, the more intense the stretch will be. So you can always allow your palms to fall open, but if you would like to go even deeper, you can rotate your hands so that your palms are facing away from the body. You can bend your knees as much as needed and just allow your arms to be really heavy, including your head. Just hang here for a moment. Keep your breath nice and deep. One more deep breath. Release the fingertips. Bring them down to the ground and step this right foot back. So we're back in a bit of a lunge here. And remember, the closer the heel is to the knee, the easier this will be. Slowly drop that right knee down to the ground, sink down towards the gravity. So now we're stretching out the psoas muscle on the opposite side. Allow your hips to be really heavy, give into that gravity. You can always come up onto your knee if this is a bit more comfortable for you. Keeping your hips facing forwards. Just enjoy this, take nice deep breaths. Keep the spine long. One more deep breath here. Come up off of the back knee and step back into plank. Keep your arms nice and strong here. Just hold your plank just for a nice deep breath. Suck your belly button back towards your spine and then slowly bring your knees to the ground in an easy plank. From here, exhale into chaturanga, keeping your elbows close to the body. Inhale for a baby cobra. Exhale down. Bring your forehead to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Shoulders from the ears. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Let's take a sphinx pose. So bring your arms forward, your forearms down to the ground. Elbows are in line with your shoulders. Place your hands firmly into the ground. Taking a little mini back bend. Close your eyes. Pull your shoulder blades back towards each other. This is counteracting some of the slumping that we do when we feed our babies. Just enjoy this gentle back bend. Take a few deep breaths. And now send your hips back, walk your arms back and take your bum down to your heels. Take your knees nice and wide. You can take them as wide as your mat into a wide-legged child's pose. Extend your arms out long and bring your forehead down to the ground. Give in to gravity, keep your spine nice and long. And just enjoy a few deep breaths here in your wide-legged child's pose. Now walk your fingertips over towards the left side of the mat. Grab onto your right wrist and then rest back down so you're getting a stretch through the right side body. Take a couple of deep breaths. Now walk your hands over towards the right side of the mat. Take the right hand, grab onto the left wrist and then rest down, getting a stretch down the left side body. Take a few deep breaths. And release, push yourself back up. Make your way into a comfortable seat. And I'm going to love and leave you here, mamas, but I'm going to leave a link to my Shavasana video and also to my meditations. Feel free to take one, and I highly recommend you do if you have the time. Of course, we have babies. Maybe one of them is crying now. Maybe you need to attend to your little one, and that's fine. So you can end your class here with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's released your body, give your spine a little wiggle. And to help support the channel so I can continue bringing you these videos, please do share, like, comment. All these little gestures just help keep me bringing more and more content your way. Until the next video, everybody, if you have any requests, leave it in the comments. I love and leave you. Goodbye, namaste.